Welcome to my live. I'm Adam Loretz and I'm a filmmaker. I've been doing this since 1999, and today I wanted to just have a chat about a screenplay that I wrote called The Compromise, which is also a book. So I wrote The Compromise originally back in 1998. I had this experience in the mid-90s. I went to Liverpool from London. I was a student down there, and I hung out with these gangsters all night. By complete accident, I hooked up with my pen pal, my Glaswegian pen pal friend, and she wanted to go to this big club in Manchester. These guys were going, and we all, seven of us, got into a Vauxhall Cavalier and went off. And it was quite terrifying, to be honest. A complete, like, spur of the moment, fate just dished it out to us. That was it. Anyway, for filmmakers, where are we going with this? What I'm saying is, this is basically a screenplay, movie and a book. It's to come directly from the original screenplay that I wrote. And in that regards, if you're looking for a fantastic thriller to read, The Compromise is a fantastic choice. My inspiration for this is film noir, so like contemporary film noir like Seven or Pulp Fiction, from that sort of time. Obviously, that's kind of like the era that I was writing in. The writer's Elmore Leonard, massive inspiration to the likes of Tarantino. He wrote Get Shorty, Jackie Brown, and Out of Sight, amongst others. If you like Justified, for instance, that's another Elmore Leonard character that was brought to TV. So he's one of my big influences, along with Irvin Welsh, obviously the writer of Trainspotting. That dark kind of humor is what has inspired me to write this book. So over the next few months, I'm going to be filming scenes from this, and I'm going to put them up here on the Filmmakers Workshop. That's why you're here, right? You're filmmakers, you want to see things come into reality. Well, knock, knock. This is what we're doing. This is what it's all about. The Compromise is going to get where it's got to go to, come hell or high water, right? I'm putting myself out there to do this, to make it a thing, to create some content to inspire you guys, and to create something to take and pitch to a bigger production company. Now, this movie inside this book is probably about $5 million to make, with the latest tech, with shooting it in a volume or on a green screen, with whatever backgrounds you need to alleviate those bigger exterior shoots. It's largely a character-based story in just a few locations. There's a few exteriors which are quite big, but would be perfect for something to be shot in a volume or something like that, or on a green screen, no problem at all. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do some camera tests too. I've just bought a Panasonic AF101, a very old camera, but interestingly, it was used by Gareth Evans, who made The Raid with it, a very well-known, high-action, high-energy, dark action kung fu type movie. And yeah, just for fun, I bought that, but I might shoot some tests on it. I kind of like the idea of grabbing an old camera and going with it. I've got some newer cameras. We've got some full frame cameras, some nice Lumix stuff, S1H, etc. Some fast lenses, so it could all be good. We'll get together in January to shoot a few test scenes. Whether or not we go the full way, whether or not we do a bit like Gareth Evans did for everything in The Raid, pre-shot, pre-visualized everything. They literally grabbed a camcorder and blocked out every single scene. So they had the whole movie on the timeline just in rough draft format, as it were. And then when they were actually on location, that's how they did the edit. They literally, shot for shot, second for second, remade what they'd drafted out. So it's really fascinating to see how those things are done, and to use something like that as a blueprint, some stepping stones into my own filmmaking. So The Compromise is a book. It's available on Amazon. You can go there, check it out. My name's Adam Loretz. So you just type that in and you'll find it. It's available on Kindle, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. So if you have Kindle Unlimited or Audible, then you can listen or read it for free. Otherwise, it's a tenner. It's a drop in the ocean, considering you've got about nearly 6 hours of, if you read it cover to cover, that's about as fast as you could read it, because that's, I know that because that's how long the audio book is. So yes, you got good value there if you want to pick up yourself a thriller. It's about 250 pages, and for those of you interested, here is the blurb on the back. The Compromise. Blair, an ex-soldier turned gangster, has never doubted himself, but after a gun deal that he's the point man on between the Dutch mob and a gang of Swedish bikers explodes into violence, his mind is crystal clear. He's getting out of the game. As for the bikers, they are out for blood. Things get personal when a murder plot and a shocking revelation force Blair to compromise his plans, forge an alliance with an unlikely partner, the smart lad, H. With the clock ticking and innocent lives hanging in the balance, Blair and H must leave immediately to stop an act of pure evil. The Compromise careens between Stockholm, Liverpool, and Amsterdam, and is a dark thriller of double cross, redemption, and revenge. So, plenty of action. Grab a copy, see what you think. I'd love to hear anyone's feedback, and DM me if you want a signed copy or anything like that. This is my crack of the whip when it comes to movie making. So I've written the screenplay's turned into the book is out there, the audiobook is out there. It's time to get this story read, received, to get feedback and push forward to a production meeting to have a deck made out, so I've got something to go and talk to a production company about making it. Okay, that's it for this one. Stay tuned. I promise to get more good stuff out there for you in 2026. 2025 has been extremely challenging, but there's going to be a lot more going on. So, new camera coming in, the AF101. I've just picked up the Action 6, which is really interesting. So I might do some side-by-side tests between old and new cameras and look at, you know, the real pros and cons of, you know, what can you achieve? What can you get out of a very limited budget? For instance, the AF101 is only like 300 quid. The Action 6 is only 300 quid. The tiny camera shoots 8K. The AF101 only shoots HD. What can we really do with it? How can we utilize that in a production workflow? And, you know, what can you get for your money? Anyway, bit of a sidetrack there. Don't forget, The Compromise is the book. It's the screenplay in a book, so to speak. Grab yourself a copy from Amazon. It's there now. Paperback, hardback, Kindle, and audiobook. Right, really am going now because I've got to make some tea. Right, see ya.